Trust? That's a funny little word, isn't it? People throw it around like it actually means something. Trust me. Believe in me. I've got your back. Yeah? Until they don't. Until the knife finds its way between your ribs, and all you can do is laugh at how foolish you were to believe. Because that's the way the world works. It's all a game, and everyone plays their part. Some wear smiles, others wear masks. And then there are those, like you, like me, who've learned the truth. The cold, rotten, filthy truth. You can't trust anyone. Not your friends, not your family, not even yourself if you're not careful. You see people, they love to talk about loyalty, about honesty, but when the moment comes, when it really, really matters, watch how fast they vanish, like smoke in the wind, like ghosts that were never really there, gone. They only love you when they need something. They only stand beside you when it's convenient, and when the fire starts, when the walls start crumbling, they'll be the first ones to run, while you're still standing there, watching everything burn. But here's the secret, the only lesson worth learning in this twisted, ugly world. You don't need them. You never did. Because power, strength, survival, that's all on you. The moment you realize that, really understand it, everything changes. The rules don't apply anymore. You stop waiting, you stop hoping, and you start taking control. No more disappointments, no more betrayal, no more bleeding for people who wouldn't even blink if they saw you drowning. Let me tell you something about this world, about the people in it. They will use you, they will lie to you, they will pretend to care, and if you let them, they will break you. That's why you have to do everything yourself, not because you want to, not because it's easy, but because if you don't, no one else will. Oh, I know. I know what they'll say. You're too cold. You're too distant. You don't trust anyone. Good. They'll call you ruthless. They'll say you've changed. Let them. Because the truth is, you woke up. You learned. And in this world, that's the only thing that keeps you alive. You see, most people, they don't want the truth. They want the lie. They want the illusion that someone out there will catch them when they fall. They want to believe that someone will fight for them, stand beside them, protect them. But look around. Really look. Where are all those people now? Gone. The moment you weren't useful, the moment you weren't giving them what they wanted, they vanished. And you? You were left standing in the ashes, wondering how you ever let yourself believe in them. Here's the part they don't teach you. You weren't abandoned. You weren't forgotten. You were just no longer needed. And that's the truth no one wants to hear. But you're different, aren't you? You feel it, the weight of it all. The reality pressing down on you like a cold hand around your throat. And you're starting to understand. You have to be your own savior. Because no one is coming. Not your friends. Not your family. Not the people who once swore they'd always be there. It's just you. And that is the most dangerous, powerful, and freeing realization you will ever have. And once you learn it, once you embrace it, you become unstoppable. You see, I used to believe in people, in loyalty, in promises. I thought if I was good enough, if I gave enough, if I loved enough, people would stay. But the world doesn't work that way. It never did. People don't stay because they love you. They stay because they need you. And the moment they don't, they're gone. So what do? Huh? Do you sit there crying over the ones who left? Do you keep waiting for someone to come save you? Or do you stand up, wipe the blood off your hands, and take what's yours? That's right. You stop begging. You stop trusting. You stop waiting. And you start moving, alone. Because in this world, that's the only way you survive. It's not about being heartless. It's not about being cold. It's about understanding. The world is a chessboard, and most people, they're just pieces, pawns, moving where they're told, waiting to be sacrificed. But you're done being a pawn. You see the board for what it is. And now you make the rules. So go ahead, Keep trusting them. Keep believing in their empty words. Keep waiting for someone to come through for you. And when they don't, when you find yourself standing alone in the dark, picking up the shattered pieces of your own damn soul, just remember, I told you so. But you won't cry, will you? No, not this time. Because now you know better. You feel it, don't you? That shift in your mind. That slow, creeping realization that you're not who you used to be. That something inside you has changed, cracked, hardened. You used to be naive, soft, hopeful. You used to believe in things like loyalty, friendship, love. But life has a way of carving the softness out of you, piece by piece, until all that's left is something sharp, something unbreakable. People always say, "You've changed." Of course you've changed. You were supposed to. You think a man can walk through fire and come out the same? You think you can be stabbed 100 times in the back and still offer your hand? No. Pain does something to you. It rewires you. It teaches you lessons you never wanted to learn. You want to know the cruelest part? The part that really stings. The people who hurt you, they don't even think about it. They sleep just fine at night. They move on. They laugh. They love. They live. And you? You're left with the wreckage. You're left standing in the ruins, trying to piece together the person you used to be, only to realize that person doesn't exist anymore. Good. Let them sleep. Let them move on. Let them live their lives pretending they never hurt you. Because you're about to become something they will never forget. You see, people think power is about money, about status, about who's standing beside you. They're wrong. Power is being able to stand alone. It's looking in the mirror and knowing without a doubt that no one owns you, that no one controls you, that no one can break you, because you already broke. That's the part they don't understand. They thought breaking you would make you weak. They thought if they took enough from you, your trust, your kindness, your love, you'd shatter and never come back. But what they don't realize is, some of us don't stay broken. Some of us take every scar, every wound, every betrayal, and we turn it into something unstoppable. We stop asking for help. We stop waiting for someone to save us, and we start doing things ourselves. You remember, don't you? The times you reached out, hoping, praying, that someone would pull you up, only to feel their grip loosen and let you fall. They weren't there when you needed them. So why the hell would you need them now? You ever notice how people respect you more when you stop giving a damn? How suddenly, when you stop calling, when you stop begging, when you stop needing them, they start noticing you. It's funny, really. People don't respect kindness. They don't admire loyalty. They admire what they fear. And nothing is more terrifying than a person who doesn't need anyone. You ever wonder why the lone wolf is the most dangerous? Because it doesn't need a pack to survive. It doesn't chase. It doesn't beg. It doesn't rely on anyone. And that is what makes it unstoppable. So let them go. Let them whisper. Let them wonder what happened to the person you used to be. They'll say you're cold now. They'll say you're heartless. Good. Because the truth is, you just finally learned the game. And you're done playing by their rules. Now, it's your move. You were waiting for someone to save you. But in the end, you saved yourself. You ever notice how people only show up when they need something? They disappear when you're drowning. But the second they smell success, the second they see you rising suddenly, they remember your name. Hey, how have you been? I was just thinking about you. We should catch up sometime. Oh, now you remember me? Where was that energy when I was at my lowest? Where were you when I had nothing? I'll tell you where. Nowhere. And that's the thing about people. They don't care about you. They care about what you can do for them. Loyalty? That's just a word they throw around when it benefits them. Love? That's just a tool they use to control you. And trust? Trust is a loaded gun they will always turn against you. But you know what the best part is? Once you stop needing people, once you stop relying on them, stop hoping, stop expecting, you become untouchable because they can't control you anymore. You don't chase their approval. You don't beg for their attention. You don't wait for them to finally see you. You just exist on your own terms. That's what scares them. Because the second you stop trusting, the second you stop needing anyone, you become something dangerous. You become something they can't manipulate. They'll call you cold. They'll say you've changed. They'll act like you're the villain. But you and I both know the truth. You didn't change. You just finally saw people for what they really are. They thought they could break you, thought they could use you, discard you, leave you shattered. But here you are, still standing. And now, you see everything. You see the lies, the masks, the fake smiles. You see the way people operate, how they pretend, how they manipulate, how they twist words to suit their needs. And now, you play the game better than them, because while they were busy using you, you were learning their tricks, learning their weaknesses, learning exactly how to walk through fire and come out untouchable. And the best part? Now, you don't need anyone, not their validation, not their fake apologies, not their empty words. You built yourself from nothing, and no one can take that away from you. Let them regret underestimating you. Let them wonder what they lost. Let them see exactly what happens. When you trust no one, you feel it, don't you? That shift in your soul. That moment when you stopped seeing the world the way they wanted you to see it. When you finally understood that all those fairy tales they fed you about love, loyalty, friendship, were nothing but carefully crafted illusions. They told you to be good, to be kind, to be forgiving. They forgot to mention that the world doesn't reward kindness. It exploits it. That forgiveness is just another word for permission. That being good only makes you a target. But now you know better. Now you see the world for what it is. A battlefield, a game, a system built to crush the weak and elevate the ruthless. And you're done being weak. You trusted them. You believed in them. You gave them every chance to prove they were different, and they failed you over and over and over again. Funny how that works, isn't it? How the people who swear they'd never hurt you end up being the ones who stab the deepest. How the ones you die for wouldn't even cross the street for you. How the people who once called you family suddenly forget your name the moment you have nothing left to offer. Good. Let them forget, because when they finally remember, when they see what you've become, when they realize the mistake they made, it'll be too late. You were waiting for them, waiting for their loyalty, their help, their love. But in the end, all you ever needed was yourself. And now, you owe them nothing. Not an explanation, not an apology, not even a second glance. They thought breaking you would destroy you. They thought leaving you alone would make you beg for their return. They thought turning their backs would make you fall apart. What they didn't realize was that being alone is what made you unstoppable. No distractions, no weaknesses, no one to slow you down. They were the dead weight, the chains, the anchors keeping you tied to a version of yourself that was never meant to last. But now you walk alone. And for the first time in your life, that doesn't scare you. They can't betray you anymore. They can't use you. They can't hurt you, because you learned the most powerful lesson of all. Trust is a weakness. And you don't have weaknesses anymore. Now, it's your world, and you don't owe anyone a damn thing. You see, there's a simple truth no one wants to admit. People don't betray you. They just show you who they really are. The lies, the manipulation, the broken promises, those weren't mistakes. They weren't accidents. That was them. That was who they were all along. You were just too blind to see it, too hopeful, too naive. You gave them the benefit of the doubt, and they used it to put a knife in your back. You gave them your loyalty, and they treated it like a disposable toy, something to use when it was convenient, something to toss away when it wasn't. And the best part? They never felt guilty about it. Not for a second. They moved on like nothing happened, laughed like nothing was broken, slept peacefully while you lay awake, trying to understand why. But here's what they didn't realize. They weren't destroying you. They were freeing you. Because now you don't trust. Now you don't wait. Now you don't expect a damn thing from anyone. And that makes you unstoppable. They will come back. They always do. The same people who left you in the dark will come crawling when they see your light. The same voices that doubted you will suddenly remember your name. The same hands that let you fall will reach out like they never left. They'll act like nothing happened, like they never turned their backs, like they never laughed while you struggled. And do you know what you'll do? Nothing. You won't rage. You won't scream. You won't waste a single breath explaining, because they aren't worth the energy. You'll just watch. Watch as they realize they lost something they will never get back. Watch as they see the version of you they could have had by their side, now standing far beyond their reach. Watch as they choke on the regret of their own choices. And when they say, "I miss you," you'll smile and you'll say, "You should. You can't trust anyone these days." And that's a good thing, because now, finally, you do everything yourself, and no one can take that away from you. This is your world now, and you don't need a single soul to survive in it. You know what the funny thing is? They always assume you'll be waiting for their apology, waiting for their explanation, waiting for them to finally see what they did to you. But they don't get it. You're not waiting anymore. You're not sitting in the ruins, hoping they'll come back and pick up the pieces. You burned the ruins. You turned the pain into power. And now you stand so high above them that they can barely see you anymore. They whisper your name. They tell stories. They wonder how you did it. And the truth? It was easy. All you had to do was stop believing in the lies they told you. The lie that people will be there for you. The lie that loyalty is always returned. The lie that good things come to those who wait. No, good things come to those who take. Loyalty is a currency that most people can't afford. And the only person who will always be there for you is the one staring back in the mirror. They wanted you broken. They wanted you desperate. They wanted you dependent on them so they could keep you small, so they could keep you in a cage of expectations, guilt, and fear. But what they didn't realize was that losing them was your greatest freedom. You don't need permission anymore. You don't need validation. You don't need anyone. They underestimated you. They thought you needed them. They thought walking away would destroy you. But all it did was unleash you. You see, the truth is brutal. People don't want you strong. People don't want you fearless. People don't want you to wake up. Because the moment you wake up, the moment you realize that you don't need them, that you never needed them, that's the moment you become something they can't control. And that terrifies them. Because a person who walks alone, a person who trusts no one, that person is unstoppable. You don't need them. You never did. And now you do everything yourself, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it.